Hey guys, yeah, I just wanted to come on here real quickly. I've got about 11 minutes to go before I have to clock in. But I wanted to come on here and basically talk about the shakeup so far, the WWE's Superstar shakeup. And I think the title says it best as soon as I put it up here. SmackDown pretty much won in a landslide, almost. I mean, they just dominated Raw in many ways. Now, according to reports, the Superstar shakeup is not done yet. Some superstars that were supposed to be moved around and have yet to get homes, and that'll probably be finalized this week. Mostly Raw is supposed to get a few more stars. Looks like, despite what's happening right now, Sasha Banks is going to remain on Raw. Alexa Bliss is also going to remain on Raw, but then again, she might be moved to the Blue brand because apparently there's some backstage heat between the two. And excuse me. And Sasha is booked for Money in the Bank, according to some reports. So we don't know what's going to happen there, but right now it looks like Sasha and Alexa are going to be on Raw for a while, unless, according to if the reports are true, unless WWE makes the right decision and moves Sasha, either one of them over to SmackDown to kind of prevent anything from happening physically behind the scenes. Now, with that said, though, as I mentioned, SmackDown, from what I saw bits and pieces of and read, they basically dominated, in my opinion. They just dominated, just basically proved to be the true benefactory or benefactory or benefactor, whatever they call it, benefactor. They proved to be the better benefactor out of this whole situation, because you take a look at who showed up on SmackDown last night. You had Finn Balor, you had Kairi Sane, you had Bayley, you had Ember Moon. You had, gosh, who else did you have? You had Lars Sullivan officially on SmackDown. And so you had that. You had him. You had, I think I said Kairi Sane, right? Kairi Sane showing up, and I think I did say her. And then on top of that, to cap it all off, you had Elias, who I guess is going to get a main event push on SmackDown because Vince McMahon presented him as the biggest acquisition. But then you probably had the one a lot of people were expecting, because if you're going to send AJ Styles to Monday Night Raw, then you need to send somebody in his place that can prove just as dominant, and people will actually want to see whether they like him or they don't. And that's Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns showing up on SmackDown the way he did, and it looks like his feud's going to be with Elias probably represented by Vince McMahon, maybe. But definitely, in my opinion, it looks like SmackDown won by a landslide. Just a huge way, in my opinion, because as far as we know, I think even the tag team division got a little beefed up as well. Maybe. But yeah, the women's division, though, I'll say this. Some people joked about, okay, who's left? And nobody's left, really, there are people left on Raw, but it's like, who's left on the women's division there that matters? So it's really interesting to see. Now, some might say that it's kind of intriguing that SmackDown dominated the shakeup this year, but you got to remember this. SmackDown's heading to Fox. And I want you to notice something. When they brought in all these people over to SmackDown, these are people that can sorry about that. But these are people that can actually, for most of them, put on a good wrestling match. In fact, when Finn Balor debuted, he faced Mustafa Ali, and he ended up having a great matchup. This is what a lot of people have been waiting to see from Finn Balor for quite some time. And now he's on a show where the primary objective at most times is the wrestling, the in-ring competition, and that's where a lot of people feel he's going to shine. Now, you did have other people get sent over there. You had Buddy Murphy, as a lot of people expected. He showed up over on SmackDown. Well, he basically announced he's going to SmackDown, which again makes you wonder if Alexa will probably head that way as well. We'll have to wait to see. Mickey, there are some names coming from Raw that were announced, when the show went off, like Liv Morgan from the Riot Squad heading back to SmackDown. So the Riot Squad is now just a regular tag team unless they add somebody new. Mickey James is heading over there. Apollo Crews is heading over there as well from Raw. Chad Gable and a few others, I think, are heading over to SmackDown. So again, SmackDown looks like they have dominated the shakeup so far. Now Raw is supposed to get a few more names later this week, and SmackDown might get a few more as well to kind of even it out. But the question is, who's going to go where? Now, like I said, Chad Gable's going to SmackDown, which means Bobby Roode's going to remain on Raw. Some people may not like that, but then again, it might open some doors for Roode. But who else is going to be switching brands? Well, the obvious is, since Finn Balor is on SmackDown and he's the Intercontinental Champion, Samoa Joe's heading to Raw, and that was the original plan. Joe was going to show up on Raw Monday, but due to the fact he had pneumonia, he couldn't do that. So it's probably going to be confirmed later this week that he's going to head over to the Raw brand. So right now, though, the draft superstar shakeup, however you want to look at it, definitely showered its blessings down upon SmackDown in a major way. Because when you take a look at the women's division mostly, which is one of the hottest things going right now in WWE, probably the most featured thing in WWE that people are behind and are interested in, you can't blame them for beefing that up. You can't really blame them. So I can't wait to see what they do going forward as far as SmackDown and Raw is concerned. Like I said, there are a few other names going to SmackDown that I know of. Like I said, Gable, Apollo Crews, Mickey James, Liv Morgan, Buddy Murphy are all going to be SmackDown bound. And I think there's one more still that's also heading to the blue brand as well. The red brand, like I said, it did okay. I mean, it got AJ, it got the War Raiders, aka the Viking Experience. It got the Miz, it got Cedric Alexander, so it got a good crop of talent. I think Trying to think who else they got. They didn't get any women as far. No, wait a minute. They did. They got Naomi. So they got Naomi over there. That's one, and maybe getting Nikki Cross later. But so far, the Raw brand, it's all right. I mean, it did decent, but again, like the title says, SmackDown Live dominated. Well, SmackDown Live won the draft. Basically, they won it by a landslide. Basically, SmackDown didn't just get a shakeup, they got an earthquake, an avalanche dropped upon them with this draft, with the talent they got. So we'll have to wait and see what they do with it. Again, I think this was done because of the move to Fox, and they want to make sure that since Fox wants SmackDown to be more of an athletic themed broadcast when it gets over there, that they're going to make sure to have the most athletically gifted in-ring competitors they can think of representing that brand. And even if you hate to admit it or not, with the right people, you know, to compete with and be in the ring with, Roman Reigns could actually have very good competitive matchups too. You know that. So far, in my opinion, SmackDown has dominated, and I think this spells nothing but good things for the blue brand in the end. So let me know what you guys think though down below. I gotta get back into work because I'm currently on lunch. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I'd like to hear what you have to say. And I'll talk to you later. But let me know what your thoughts are on SmackDown, in my opinion, essentially dominating the Superstar Shakeup. Peace out.